The subconscious is again another form of cultivation of reducing the I, reducing the ego, because then you start to read the signs around you, such as you're talking with someone and a crow caws. I've got crows. I like crows and ravens. I like all animals, all birds. I'm not saying they're my favourite. They're just ones that come and visit me. So tapping into your subconscious, intuition, you might get what seems to be a strange thought. And it's also like a whisper. So it's not a loud statement that comes. An intrusive thought is probably more worry, anger, judgment. So it has like a negative connotation. Whereas an intuitive one is much more neutral. It's also a quiet nudge. Or sometimes it's something that sparkles a little bit more when you're looking at a view in front of you and something just catches your eye and you follow it. Being your best self. Let me just think about that for a sec. I think it has to do with what makes you happy, but in a non-greedy way. It's like something that's delightful for no other reason other than being delightful. It's like you're not doing it to be famous. You're not doing it because it's going to give you something. You're doing it for the sheer joy of it. And you know, maybe you're helping people. Maybe there's also a bit of altruism in there. Everything stands on the shoulders of something else. So it's not something that can be done every single time. It's something that's cultivated, especially, for example, if you've got old train tracks that you fall into, it's normal that you can't just pull yourself out and never go back to those train tracks. But if you're aware of having fallen into the train track of old habitual ways that are not conducive to your growth or contentment or nourishment, then you go, okay, right, next time I'm going to be more aware. And so you're also not falling into the trap of being angry with yourself. You're just observing mental note for next time and you build on it. Like, for example, if you're learning a language, you can't necessarily say the whole new sentence correct in one go. You build on it. In the same way, it's a learning. You're relearning how to do something in a new way and then it becomes natural. I don't know how to answer that question. Wait. I've noticed over the years that there are things that you can do as an individual to stay off the painkillers. I give my students just some gentle joint warm-ups. So even if you just do this while you're sitting on the chair, you're starting to move the energy that can get stagnant at the bends. All the joints make a bend, and it's easy for the energy to get stuck at these points. And if you just move the joints, you have more opportunity of freeing any stagnancy. Like even just looking left and right, ear to shoulder. You can do this at your desk. And if you want, you can do them with me right now. I do make my dad do them every day. He tells me he does them every day, but I'm not sure. And ankles, so the same wrists as ankles, they correlate to each other energetically. So just turning. And as you do this, you also get to spend a bit of time with yourself. You'll see, if you do them for a week, you'll see how your body will feel so much better. As you move your joints, I circle my wrists, for example, I'm aware of myself circling my wrists, turning. How does that feel? Is it crackly? Does it feel okay? Do my elbows move? And then tomorrow I do it again. It feels different to today. You know, the next day, it feels even better. And then slowly you get to know who you are a bit more, how your body works, how things work. Self-awareness of the body. Self-awareness through the body. Tiptoes with your breath, inhaling up. Exhale, release. Tiptoes on the inhale, release on the exhale. Or you can do that while you're waiting for the bus. You can do that while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. That's what I tell my students. Just while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, think about your inhale, think about your exhale, stand on one leg. You can do so many things. Just 2 minutes. How many times do you make a cup of tea? I've got students who, while they're cleaning their teeth, they do that too. Another really, really important thing, or something that I feel is very useful if you're feeling groggy, is when you wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I clean my tongue. I don't use a tongue scraper because I think the metal is a bit harsh, so I use my 2 fingers and I rub my tongue and I clean all the gunk that comes off my fingers, and then I take a towel or some kind of cloth to hold the tongue and I hold it and I gently pull down. So I gently pull down, gently pull up. Gently, gently, sideways. It's in the texts. Sideways, sideways, circles, and spit all the extra saliva that comes out. If you feel groggy, you are going to feel awake.